Hi everyone, welcome back. Here we are, 2023, start of a new year. It's a bit of a scary prospect. I always think it's a scary prospect anyway. I know it's, I've said to a couple of people recently that, I know it's a tradition to, when the new year arrives, to wish everybody Happy New Year, but you just never know what the universe is going to throw in your direction, and it usually does it when you're least expecting it. So I always think it's it's best to approach a new year with a bit of caution and a bit of trepidation, instead of jumping in with both feet with all this, new year, new me bullshit. I personally don't go in for any of that nonsense, I'm afraid. I don't believe in making resolutions of any kind. I don't, I would more be on the side of trying to work towards a goal rather than making any resolutions, because 9 times out of 10 they get broken within days, So what is the point? What is the actual point? Unless it's something big like giving up smoking, giving up drinking. Well, I don't drink and I don't smoke, so there you go. Anyway, we're only at the start of the video and I'm waffling a load of nonsense already. I really do hope that you had a good festive period and you managed to spend some quality time with your family. Obviously, needless to say, I'm quite glad it's over, because I don't have any family and it's not a good time for me. But I survived, so I always survive. No matter what, I'll always survive. Yeah. So I did keep quite busy over the period, even though it was a holiday. I think you might have seen me posting a few shorts. As I've said before, the shorts are very popular, and I was writing also. I think it's as a writer, it is very important to try and write every single day, or you will get a block on. It's very easy to get a block on, so that's why I was just trying to keep up my writing, and thankfully the inspiration was still there. It's tailed off a little in the last few days, but it has been and it is still there, and as long as it's still there and I can still write, I'm happy. What I'm planning to do this year, there'll be no books coming out this year. What I want to concentrate on this year is I want to improve my writing. That is the first thing. I know it's come on leaps and bounds since I started, but there is always room for improvement. And I also want to try and figure out why my books aren't selling despite all my efforts and all the effort that I pour in making and creating and different things, on every social media platform apart from TikTok. I think the world doesn't even know that my books are out there, to be honest. I really don't, and I think they're just going to lie in the annals? Anal is not a good word, but I think that's where they're going to lie, unless I can get to the bottom of why my books aren't selling. So it's either something to do with this algorithms nonsense, or it's to do with SEOs, and if you're a creator you're probably familiar with the term SEO, which is search engine optimization. So those are the things that I am going to be concentrating on this year. I definitely won't be bringing out any more books, because it's just, it's completely soul destroying when you take the time to put a book together and nobody buys it. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be concentrating on this year, guys. If you're a returning subscriber, thanks for coming back. It does. I'm always grateful to anybody that subscribes or buys my books, or reads my work. It does mean a great deal. It means more than you'll ever know, and it means more than money can buy. You're never going to get rich publishing books, that's for sure. I got my royalties payment at the end of December, and it was a whopping 8p. So there you go, a whopping 8p. So yeah, for me the juice is in the writing. The juice is the writing, and that's why I want to work on improving it, and that's what I'm going to concentrate on. I think I might have mentioned in the last video, there was a delay in making this video because of Christmas and New Year falling on a Sunday, so there will be a shorter gap. I think the next one will be on the 29th. Sheila Bryce, am I correct, or am I wrong, or I have got my dates totally mixed up again? I really don't know. I think I'm correct in saying it's the 29th, so there will be a shorter gap this month. But yeah, I mentioned in the last video that I was going away. So I'm in my spare bedroom. This is the epicenter of my writing, and I do have a spare bed in here. Don't ask me why the spare bed's here, but it is. It's a long story. And on the bed is the suitcase. So I am off on my travels. I leave here next Friday. I'm leaving on Friday the 13th. Thankfully I'm not flying on the 13th, but I made a mess of my flights. My flight is 6 a.m. on the Saturday, which would mean I'd need to check in really early. I don't drive. I don't have any form of transport. I'm not leaving my house in the middle of the night to get to the airport, so I'm actually going to be staying at a hotel, 2 minutes for the airport, and then I can just walk over in the morning. So yeah, the spare bed is an actual disaster because I'm trying to get organised, and I'm not organised at all. But anyway, I'll let you know where I'm going. I'm going to Paris. That's where I'm going. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I just love Paris. I just love it. I was there in 2018. That was the last time I was there on my birthday. So obviously the weather's going to be a bit different, but the weather's crap here as well. So, but the difference is you've got all the architecture and the history, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I really am looking forward to it. So I might post a wee short or something while I'm there. We'll see how we go. But we're 10 minutes in and I'm still talking garbage. So without much further ado, I'm going to crack on and read these 3 poems. So these 3 poems were written in the month of December. They have not appeared on any media platform, and as always I did download them from Grammarly, so you are getting the best proper version of these poems. So we'll crack on instead of talking nonsense. The first poem is called Detritus. Among the detritus lie the souls of those who have lost their way. Bleeding and in pain, they are searching for a light, a kind word, or a hand to act as a guide. Damaged, but not broken. Don't expect them to beg for a small token of your time. They are the victims of crimes unseen and unspoken, hidden behind a mask of perfection. No pity is required, only an ear that will listen without interruption. The bravest souls are the most beautiful if you ignore the lack of exterior gloss. Among the detritus is all they have lost. But even though they are bleeding, they carry no anger or hate. They only need to be held a little longer and loved a certain way. The next one is called Diamonds. A diamond sparkles in the light, but true beauty does not live for attention. It will never seek the validation of a wanton glance. The purest form of treasure is all around if you search among the garbage cans of life. Though there you will find all the souls left high and dry, thrown out with the waste because someone lost their taste or appetite. They lie among the scraps and remains, forgotten by name, and too proud to beg for an ounce of your time. Yet despite all the dirt that surrounds them, they still choose to shine. And this one is called The Story of My Life. I held the pen, yes, but I was blind, hypnotized by the attention. I craved this from my mother and was bereft of any from my lover. So yes, I fell for the flattery like a moth to a flame. In my defence, I was grieving the loss of my father. My best friend was now gone. I was lost. I did not see the knife, that same knife that cut me so many times. Mortally wounded, I refused to retaliate. I prefer silence as I watch and observe the blood flow from my veins again. Cut me down or crucify me on the cross. Drag my name through the dirt and watch me rot. But one day someone will tell the story of my life, and the world will know my name. So that's the video for this month, guys. I am recording this on the 4th, but you will see it on the 8th. And if you did tune in, thanks very much for tuning in as always. And you are free to leave comments. I have had to put something, beg my I have had to put something on the settings, in the settings on the comment section, because somebody left a shitty comment on one of the shorts, and that's the first time that kind of thing has ever happened. I didn't recognise the person's name, but from the comment they left, they kind of indicated that they knew me, and the short was called No Humanity, and I was just drawing attention to the fact that I personally think there is a total lack of humanity in this world now. But yeah, they left a shitty comment, and I just deleted it. Unless you know me by person, unless you've met me in person, you want to direct your comment directly at me personally, it's not acceptable. You can direct your comment at what I've written, but don't direct it at me personally when you don't know me. And that's all I'm going to say. Okay? So I will see you all on the 29th, guys. As I say, I might post a wee short while I'm in Paris. I'll see how I go. Until then, as always, look after yourselves and take good care. Bye for now.